Okay, as soon as you get your turn on, Mr. Michael Red.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're at Calcasieu Correctional Center, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
Would the staff there please introduce yourselves?
Deputy Johnson.
Are y'all hearing
I
that?
can't hear him.
I can hear you. I can hear you, but it's garbled really bad.
Oh, yeah, there's a big echo in here, Deputy Christopher Johnson.
I got what?
It's just gonna be the room?
Move to another room.
You're gonna have to move to another room or something. We can't. Can you talk to us just a minute, Mr. Red? Just say, where were you born?
I was born in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Can you hear it okay? Can you hear okay?
I understood him.
Okay, Mr. Red, we may stop this thing in the middle and move you somewhere because it's hard to hear. But if we understand what you're saying, then we will continue with the hearing. Your name is Michael Red. What is your DLC number?
759622.
Okay, and do you have a form in front of you that says certain things about this revocation hearing?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign that form?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, all right. Well, your case has been assigned to Mr. Tillis, and he's going to take it from here and talk about the revocation, the violations or conditions that you're accused of violating. So, Mr. Tillis.
Mr. Red, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You have some conditions that, I think it's 5 conditions that you violated. We're gonna go over them and you can plead guilty, not guilty, or not guilty with a statement.
Yes, sir.
Rule number 2, it is alleged that the parolee has failed to report to his supervising officer since 4/2/2025. Is that true?
Yes, sir. I had lost my job. I had my phone stolen, and I didn't have no way to report to the Leesville office. I was all the way in Sulphur, Louisiana.
So you plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, rule number 3, it is alleged that the parolee failed to reside at the residence of 234 Young Road, Quincy, Louisiana, 70663, and failed to report any new address or whereabouts until his arrest on 9/15/2025 by the Sulphur Police Department. You plead guilty or not guilty?
No, sir. I had called Miss Nicole Burns, and I had told her that I was moving to Motel 6 with an incident requiring my grandfather shooting at me. He had shot into the yard. Boulevard Sheriff's Department was called to the scene. They helped me move all of my stuff. And when I got into that altercation with my grandfather, I had called Miss Nicole Burns that day and told her that I was moving to Motel 6 and told her that BPSO had been called. And
Do y'all understand him?
I don't understand enough to where.
He said his grandfather shot at him.
Yeah, his grandfather shot at him, and then that's why he moved to Motel 6.
Okay.
But we can move, y'all can't understand him, it's not.
I mean, I'm hearing it, and
If the next one's gonna be in the same room, that's,
I got 2 different ones. We'll try the next one.
yeah, let's, is that okay with y'all board?
Yeah, let's try another one.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do for the staff there. This is not acceptable. We can't understand. There's too much echo going on in there. Would y'all try another room?
oh, yes.
We'll continue this. The time is 12:40. We're gonna continue your hearing because we're not doing you justice if we can't hear your explanations good, Mr. Red. And we want to hear that. So we'll work with the staff because we have 2 hearings there. So as of 12:40 right now, we're gonna go off the air. We'll be right back when we get a good room to listen to. Try this now. We'll continue the hearing. The time is 12:44. It's been 4 minutes and nothing has transpired as far as your hearing goes. So talk to us. Tell me your name again.
Michael Chase Red.
Ain't the room.
Yeah.
We'll just see if we can cut that out.
Okay, let's see if we can hear. Now, I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, Mr. Rand, you pled not guilty to violation number 3. Violation number 8, it is alleged that the parolee has failed to report supervising office making drug screens impossible. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
No, sir, before I had lost my way of travel, my vehicle and stuff, I had went, and every time that I had went and reported, I had took up drug screening. So after I had lost my way of travel to get to the office, that is when I was no longer able to report to give drug screenings.
Okay, are you still using drugs?
No, sir.
Why did your grandfather shoot at you?
We had an altercation the night before over the phone. I was living at the residence and I was with my wife. She's from Oklahoma and we have a newborn baby. He was just born September 22nd. And some things had transpired. And the next day I went over there to speak with my grandmother, which is my blood relative. He is my step grandpa. And when he came off the steps in an aggressive manner. So when I had stepped back and I told him just stay right there, no, don't come any closer, he pulled out the gun, he racked one in the head and he aimed the gun. When he aimed the gun, my baby mother stepped in front of the gun. And then my grandmother pulled his arm and said, no, she's pregnant, don't do that. And so he kept cussing and screaming and hollering, telling me how I'm just a dope head and all that. And at that time, sir, I wasn't doing no drugs. I had been reporting, I had been doing everything that I was supposed to do.
Okay. It is alleged that the parolee moved from the listed resident, which is 234 Youngs Road, DeQuincy, making home visits impossible. So you moved from that's your grandfather's residence?
Yes, sir. And then I had moved to Motel 6 from there. BPSO had helped me get all of my stuff. And they had helped me load it into my car and stuff.
Okay.
And then I had left and advised Miss Nicole Kearns about me moving.
Rule number 10. It is alleged that the parolee owes $315 in the arrear. How do you plead to that?
Yes, sir. After I had lost my job and like I said, lost my place to live and everything, living in Motel 6, I was no longer able to pay.
Okay. So you're not working? You don't have any work?
No, sir, I didn't have no work at the time. I had became homeless again. I had lost the room at Motel 6. I had lost my car. Somebody had stole my phone. And then when I became homeless again, I did fall back into around the wrong crowds. But that was only because I didn't have nowhere to go or have nowhere to sleep. And I didn't have nobody to provide for me at that time. So I was trying to do everything I could just to survive.
And you don't have a place to stay?
No, sir. I was going to go to 3020 Legion Street in Lake Charles to the Salvation Army. They said that they give me 30 days to stay there. And if I get a job, then they put an extension for another 30 days to 2 months. But my wife with my newborn baby lives in Oklahoma. And she does have a residence in Oklahoma.
Okay. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I do. Okay, who's your ex-girlfriend?
That was Olivia at the time. That was when I was homeless and had lost which is my baby mother.
I just want to ask you this. Why would she say that you were at Motel 6 waiting on some drugs?
I don't know. That's just what she thought I was doing at the time. She thought when I was still working at Motel 6, she thought that I was trying to do drugs or use drugs, but at that time I wasn't using any drugs. She just was going off her own understanding of my past. And she even told me that when she got mad that she had told my parole officer a bunch of stuff that she didn't really mean and stuff like that.
Okay. I have no further questions.
I don't have any questions.
Yeah,
Okay, we have a vote, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on and vote first instead of, Mr. Tillis, my vote's gonna be that I am gonna, in lieu of revocation, I'm gonna send you to work release. You
Yes, sir.
go earn some money.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Don't spend it on commissary. When they get you in a job, put your money in the bank. All
Yes,
right?
sir.
So that is gonna be my vote today, in lieu of revocation, that you do 6 months in work release.
Yes, sir.
and I concur with Mr. Freeman.
And I concur also and strongly suggest that a lot of places with work release have AA and NA possibilities. You gotta get some help with your substance abuse problem. Okay, in addition to making some money, because I believe that's the root of your problem. So we wish you well. You're not gonna be revoked. In lieu of revocation, you're going to work release for 6 months. So we'll see how that works out. All right, the time is 12:51. That's the end of this hearing. And we're gonna see if we can do something better for the next hearing. Okay, let's try this room. Mr. Gloston,
Boston.
would you talk to us and tell us what your name is and your DOC number?
My name is Devontae Gloston. My DOC number is 737-158, sir.
Okay, thank you. And staff, would you introduce yourself there at Calcasieu?
Yes, sir. My name is Deputy Larry Miles.
Okay, well, thank whoever got this straight, because we can hear you now and it's much better. We thank you that. Thank you for that. Okay, Mr. Gloston, do you have am I saying that right? Gloston? Gloston?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What is your DOC number?
737-158, sir.
Okay, and did you have a waiver form in front of you somewhere, or have you seen the waiver where you waived, you acknowledged certain rights for this hearing, your revocation hearing?
Yes, sir. But I do not have the paper in front of me, but I do know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you're here. We have six different conditions that you're accused of violating, and we need to talk to you about those conditions. And so I'll be the one talking to you about them. And I understand you refused to participate in the hearing that you had. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But you're going to participate in this hearing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first one is that you failed to report on certain days to your parole office. And is that true? I'll read some of the dates: 2/10, 5/6, 7/17, 7/21, 8/4, and 8/20, all in 2025. Did you refuse not show up for those dates?
Sir, it wasn't really a refusal, because some of the dates I did show up, but I showed up late. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here now on my first warrant ever that my parole officer ever had to put a warrant out for me now, because I missed August. That one I did not contact in August.
Okay. All right. So some of those dates you showed up, but you were late, but some of them you didn't show up, correct? Is that what I'm hearing you say? Okay, we can hear you now. We're having trouble because you're frozen. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, we're going to try it now. My question to you was, some of these, can you? Okay, my question is, was, did you show up some of these days late? And did you not show up to some of the days?
I showed up to all of the days late except for August when she had to put the warrant out for me. Except August, I did not show up at all, not even late.
How come you didn't show up in August?
I was fresh. I don't know if y'all was informed of it, but since I've been on the parole for 2 years, I only had one tech, a 3-day tech, and I seen her soon as I got out on that 3-day tech in July. I seen her in the office and a home visit for that month. So I didn't know whether I had a home visit or I had to go see her in the office in August. Because I did both in July when I was released off a 3-day tech, the only tech I ever was given on parole in 2 years that I've been on parole.
Okay. Let's see. It said that you failed to provide proof of employment. That's condition number 6. Did you do that?
Yes, sir. I did. I did not have a job. I actually was in the process of filing for disabilities.
Okay. All right. So you're actually saying that happened. Number 9, they said they came by your place on 8/6 and 8/11 of 2025 to find you, and they couldn't find you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where were you?
I wasn't home. I can't lie to you and tell you where I was or where I wasn't because I don't remember those days, but I wasn't home. I was not home, sir.
Okay. And it says that you failed to complete your domestic violence training as the domestic prevention training that you were ordered to do. Is that correct or not? Did you do the domestic violence training?
No, sir. But from my understanding, my parole officer told me that the parole board acknowledged me that I complete the domestic violence class before I be released off probation and parole. So I didn't know, like, it was a certain time for me to start and finish because she acknowledged me that, and that's the same thing with my payments. They both must be completed. Those 2 things was my payments and the domestic violence class. She said those must be completed before I get off parole. So that was my understanding, sir.
I'm reading the notes here. Go ahead, Mr.
Okay.
Freeman.
I'm gonna ask you a question. When you were arrested, why did they also charge you with carrying a concealed weapon? What was that about?
When that was,
That was when they arrested you for a domestic abuse assault?
I have no pending charges and I have no charges as of today.
Yeah, I understand that. But
Yes,
when they
sir.
arrested you for the domestic violence, was there a gun involved?
No, sir. This wasn't a case that was dismissed or anything. This was a case that was actually beaten in court and thrown away, period, because they had to get an
trial. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to know.
wasn't mine. I never seen it. They said it was a lie. And a lawyer proved that it was all a lie. And my probation officer was informed and was there to know that.
Okay.
Okay, do you owe, let's talk about number 10. How do you owe $1,197?
So probation,
Yes.
probation. Yes, sir, I do. And for my acknowledgement from my parole totem, that has to be paid before I complete parole.
I don't think that it's like a bill that I think you got to pay monthly, don't you?
If now that you're saying it, yes, sir. That's from she come talk to me since I've been here these 60 days, and she did tell me that the first time she come see me, she told me that. Yes, sir.
Because you told them One time you weren't paying it because you ran out of envelopes, right?
That was at the beginning of my parole, like in 2024, 23. I've been on probation for like 2 years. Like the only reason I believe my parole officer like hadn't violated me all these previous times that you're hearing about and put warrants out for me or anything for those things, because she understood when I first came home, I had a child, and now my child is like 11 years old, so it was kind of hard for me. That's why I haven't had a job or anything, because I've been there for him. And the mother of the child, she's the one, going to school and stuff. So I've been there for the child. My probation officer and parole officer knows that. That's why I never had a warrant or anything text given to me or anything, because she knew my situation. Like this time, I really like forced her hand in August because she couldn't either report or she didn't hear from me. So I forced her hand in August to put a warrant out for me, actually, sir. If that answered your question, sir. I'm sorry if I spoke too much, too.
Okay, what about a drug screen? Did you refuse to take a drug screen one time?
Yes, sir, I did. Yes, sir, I did.
Why did you refuse that?
Because I've been on probation and parole. I'm sorry about this, my third time telling you, but I've been on probation and parole for 2 years, and I only failed one drug screen, and all the others I passed in 2 years. So that's 20 months, or however much months it is. I only failed one drug screen, and on that day, I refused because I had the arm bracelet on and everything. I come from the hospital. I was burning. I had chlamydia, sir. I couldn't pee on that specific day that y'all got on there, because there's only 2 times that I failed or had a refuse. I only failed a drug test one time on parole, and the other one I had to refuse because I had chlamydia. She even laughed and made a joke about it. Me and my probation officer, Miss Cooper, actually laughed and made a joke about me having chlamydia before I left. She knew that.
So you couldn't pee because you had this STI, this sex disease.
Yeah, it was
So you could just that one time.
Yes, sir. It should be on paper. Since I've been on probation, I only failed one drug screen and I refused one. 2 years.
Let's do I'd like a motion for an executive session.
I move that we go into executive session.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to go into executive session. We're gonna talk about some procedural matters for just a minute. We'll be right back. The time is 1:10 in the afternoon. Okay, it's 1:13 in the afternoon. Can we have a
I have a
motion?
motion to go back into regular session.
Second.
Motion and second to go back into regular session. And since there's no objections, we are now at 1:13 back into regular session with Mr. Gloston to talk about his revocation hearing. Okay, Mr. Gloston, Mr. Freeman, you have a question to ask?
Yeah, I'd like to know, why did you refuse to have your preliminary hearing?
They're muted.
Hold on, maybe.
They're muted.
You're muted there, sir.
I had just come to jail and I was on suicide watch. I was going through so much because I thought I was just doing so good, like staying out of trouble. I was doing the best thing I could do, and that's stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. And when I come to jail, I felt like I went crazy. So I actually was on suicide watch, and it's in the jail, it's in their records. I was on suicide watch. So I didn't want to talk to anyone. I felt like I was going crazy.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
Yeah, one more. You had an office visit, you went in on 2/21/25, and right there, she told you about the domestic violence again. And strongly instructed him to provide verification that he has enrolled in domestic intervention class for next month's office visit. So why didn't you go enroll in that class?
Miss Cooper's supposed to have the receipt for the one time I did. I think that's the month I did go in.
So you started going, but you didn't finish.
Yeah, I didn't finish at all. I couldn't. I tried, but I couldn't.
Tell me why you couldn't.
I couldn't because when I went there, and if Miss Cooper, if she's there with y'all, she can tell y'all, and we discussed it. She actually tried to help me find a new class because I didn't want any conflict. I went to her with the problem as I was supposed to do instead of handling it on my own. A guy that I was in there with before my sentence.
I got you. Yeah, that's better than going get in trouble. You're right. Okay, I'll be ready to vote on the panel.
Okay, I'm ready to vote, and it's my case, so, my vote is that we, in lieu of revocation, that we send you to a DOC facility with a domestic violence program, and once you've completed that you be allowed back under supervision.
Yes, sir.
I concur with Mr. Prater, and upon release, I'm gonna add a special condition that you have a curfew from 9 to 6, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I concur with Mr. Prater.
Okay, all right, so you understand, because sometimes it sounds like you hear something and then you craft it the way that it's convenient for you. I've read your reports, and there's some you would be hard to supervise. You gotta quit being hard to supervise. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or are you saying it just goes?
No, I totally agree with you, sir, because it could have been worse. Y'all decision could have been differently, and I appreciate y'all, sir. I apologize.
Because you have a way of, I start saying, pissing somebody off, but you come up with excuses. I wrote down almost 2 pages of excuses that you gave, and I don't want to hear excuses if you ever come back before us. We want you to go to the DOC facility, take this domestic violence prevention training. Even though you were found innocent of those charges, we think there was some smoke there. So you got to take this class, then you get released, and you go on, and you better call, if you have to, set you an alarm and call every morning and talk to your parole officer. Okay?
Yes, sir.
If that's
Yes,
what
sir.
they want to do. Okay, well, that's going to conclude this hearing then. And the time is 1:17 in the afternoon, and that concludes everything that this board's got today. So we're out of here. So it's 1:18.